listeners. Welcome to Plano's Political Pitbull. I am Esther.
And I'm Ruth.
And we have a lot to cover today, but first, our sponsor is Southwest Pain Management. Southwest Pain Management takes care of most chronic pain without pain pills. Their goal is to get you back to doing the things you love. They are also the world's leading long COVID experts. Dr. Groisman sees people from all over the world to treat their long COVID. Southwest Pain Management is in Plano. Please go to their website, reliefbeginshere.com. That's reliefbeginshere.com to see all that they do. First up today is an update on Lavon Farms zoning case. The P&Z finally heard the case to change Lavon Farms zoning from agriculture to residential community design. They want single-family detached, attached, and 1,052 multifamily apartments. Only 2 residents spoke at the hearing. 2 lonely residents. 1 against the plan and 1 for, but he asked for more density. If you can believe that, I was quite shocked. Now, the board was very concerned about SB 15. So just for those who may not remember, SB 15 is Senate Bill 15. It is now law. And that bill said that unplotted land, if the owner wants to, can be converted to single-family residential homes on a 300 square foot minimum by right. So if they wanted to just build single-family houses, they could by right. So you will hear that come up as I go over the zoning case and what happened at the P&Z. So they mentioned that there were quite a number in opposition. 66 people went onto the P&Z website to click a response for oppose on the zoning map response. 8 were in support and there were 2 that were neutral. So right off the bat, Commissioner Ali, he asked about SB 15. And the answer was pretty much, yeah, they can by right do single family lots under 3,000 square feet by right. Also, they asked about my concern about the floodplain. So another commissioner asked about, was there going to be any building in the floodplain? And as of now, the developer has no plans for that. So that's good. So how many units, if they were to go and want to build single family, how many units could they build? They could build about 1,600 units, that's single family detached right now. I would actually prefer that because what the developer wants is a lot more dense.
Yeah, not enough people. We need more people. Cram in more.
Yes.
Even more. No, still not enough. More.
And would you believe somebody wanted more? So, a little history on the farm. The farm is owned by the Moore family, and it has been owned by them since 1936. So they've been around quite a long time. And It has an assessed value, as is right now, if you were to go and sell it today, of $887,000. And if I had $887,000, I would buy that from him and want to leave it a farm. But I don't have that kind of cash. Anyway, so commissioners, they asked about, well, when is the multifamily supposed to be built? Guess what? The multifamily is going to be built in phase 1. And they hope to break ground in the next year, 18 to 24 months, basically. How long will this project take? This project will take a whopping, from start to finish, 7 years. 7 years. It is a massive, massive undertaking. Obviously, they have to build roads, they have to build the sewer, everything they got to do from scratch here. So the guy who wanted more density, by the way, he wanted more walkability. And
because we love walking in Texas.
Yeah, in the 100-degree heat.
Or, 30-degree with cold.
Yeah. Also, it didn't have enough housing for him. Yeah, I know. And he said it does not have sustainability. Yeah, okay.
What does that mean?
Sustainability is a buzzword that they had in Agenda 21 from the UN all those years ago. And basically it wants stuff that is renewable and will, I guess, sustain itself over time.
Do you mean green energy?
It can be. It can be. Yeah. Yeah, let's make housing even more expensive, like they did in California. So, Commissioner Brunoff, he held up the Envision Oak Point plan. He actually had a copy of it, and he held it up. Because this area is controlled by the Envision Oak Point plan. And that plan overrules the whole city's comprehensive plan. I don't think that's necessarily fair, but I didn't like Envision Oak Point plan to begin with. I thought it should fail. It did at first, and then it came back like The Walking Dead. These plans always do. And it got passed. So it adheres a lot to the Envision Oak Point. And Brunoff said, well, we have to adhere to the plan. All of a sudden, they wanted to adhere to a plan. They haven't adhered to the comprehensive plan in I don't know how long, but now we want to adhere to the Envision Oak Point plan.
Well, we only want to adhere to plans that we like.
Yeah, I guess so, or that we agree with, exactly.
It's like, I don't like that plan, so I'm not going to follow it. I like that plan, so I'm going to follow that one. Right. Humans.
Right.
We pick what we like.
I forgot to mention what the woman who spoke against it wanted. She wanted a retirement community with single-family, detached, one-story homes for people over the age of 55. I could go with that. And I kind of miss the farm, but if we must have housing, let us go with that. At least.
But no, it's got to be super dense. So we got to cram as many old people as possible.
Well, it's not going to
Because
be
we gotta
just old
have,
people.
our density.
Well, it's not going to have old people.
No. You're the retirement plan thing.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe if if it was more dense, then they'd go for it. But yeah, I don't know. She didn't mention density. She mentioned smaller houses, but she didn't mention how dense the place would be.
If it was retirement apartments, they'd go for that.
She didn't want that. We have those already. We don't need that. People?
Well, see, that's why they didn't go for it.
I guess not. Okay. Not surprisingly, it was approved 8-0. So, I'm not surprised. It will go to City Council on December the 8th, 2025. So if you want to speak against this, you can sign up starting the Friday before the meeting, that would be December 5th, until 4 p.m. the day of the meeting. You can also write to the council members. Their links are on our website. We link you right to their contact page. And so you can go to our website, www.planospoliticalpitbull.com, click on the council page, and then you can click on the links for each council member, and that will take you to their email. So up next, DART. As you know, there's going to be an election held in May to decide whether or not Plano will stay or leave DART. So the community impact this week, that newsletter, they had an update on the upcoming election, on DART, and they explained some things. They wrote specifically on the Silver Line, and they gave lots of info that made me go, There was a lot of as I was reading this article. So first, the Silver Line cost $2 billion to build, the 26-mile line. So that was my first moment.
You're starting to sound like a villager.
A what?
It's a Minecraft reference.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They only make sounds.
Oh, all right.
So.
Fine.
My joke is lost on you.
It's a generational thing. Okay. The really interesting thing that the article mentions is TexRail. They built a 27-mile line from Fort Worth's TMP station to DFW, but it only cost them $39 million. Now I had to ask myself, what's a TexRail? So TexRail is a commuter rail service run by Trinity Metro. And that is a regional public transportation for Tarrant County. So they are the DART version for Tarrant County. But apparently, I guess, Trinity Metro, they know how to stretch a dollar because they had 1 mile more in track and they only spent $39 million, while DART spent $2 billion.
Wow.
I really, why couldn't we learn from the Tarrant County agency? So the next thing that made me go like a Minecraft character, apparently, is DART is projecting 11,200 daily riders, but they are projecting that for 2040. They spent $2 billion on something for only 11,200 people 15 years from now. We have almost 300,000 people in Plano. This train runs through Richardson, Addison, Coppell, and Grapevine. We are the largest city with almost 300,000. I don't know what the other cities have, but it's more than 11,000 people, okay? I'm guessing. There are 8 stops on the line. $2 billion for 11,200 people daily, but for 2040. Lastly,
What do they gotta build?
oh, it's built already. It's done.
But you said for 2040.
No, that is the ridership they are hoping to get by 2040. So, if you heard a whine, we are dog sitting.
No, you don't have to explain.
I'm just explaining that about the wine here. And we have the lovely little boy with us today, joining us for our podcast. Do you have anything to say to the people? No? Okay.
No, you just wanted pets.
Then stop whining. Anyway, so the other interesting fact that the article said is that over the next 2 years, DART anticipates growth to about 2,100 riders daily. Now, that is their goal for the next 2 years. Maybe it bears repeating. They spent $2 billion, and their goal is 2,100 riders daily for this line. So I decided I was going to do some math because I wanted to know how much we spent per person on this line. And how long is it going to take DART to at least break even? Because if this were a business and not a government agency, that would be a very important question that the business would want to know. How long is it going to take to make back my money and start seeing a profit? Good. So, did some research. The Silver Line, if you start out at Shiloh all the way in East Plano, that is the first stop or the last stop, depending on which way you're going. One way to DFW, Terminal B, is $3. Round trip is $6. But since you're going to the airport, my guess would be that you would take a one-way because your ticket is only good for that day. So they spent $2 billion for 11,200 daily riders by 2040. If I take the 11,200, that comes to $178,571.43 per person that DART spent to build this train. Now, their goal for the next 2 years is just 2,100 daily riders. So if I just took that, that's $950,000 per rider to build the train tracks. Okay, to build the route. At $3 a trip, one way, 2,100 people a day for a full year. That is $2,299,500 a person that they would be collecting. All right, that's how much money they would make a year if they got what they wanted, which is 2,100 people. To break even, it will take them 869.75 years to make back the $2 billion. 869 years to recoup what they spent. Now I know you're going to tell me, well, you're only going one way. It's a round trip. And eventually, the person will have to go back to where they came from, right? So let's say I do $6 a day. $6 a day. 2,100 people. They will make $4,599,000. To make back the $2 billion, it will take them 434.88 years. 434 years. What was anybody thinking? Did they lose their head? Did they just stop thinking? Who would do this? Nobody would do this in their right mind.
Somebody who doesn't care about the value of money?
That would be the person who would do this, yes. Apparently there's a few people who do this. The whole DART board, apparently. Let's take the generous...
I mean, they're getting paid by cities, right? So they don't really care.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you use other people's money. I know. Tell me about it. Yes, even the dog is crying.
Oh. I know, it's upsetting. Yes. Yes.
Let's say, they are projecting by 2040, they're going to have a whopping 11,200 people per day.
It's okay.
So let's say they get to that point. Now they're making $24,528,000 a year. Not bad. So if we were just to go by that number alone, let's say day one, they're getting their 11,200 people. Now it'll only take them 81 years to make back the $2 billion. Still crazy. Milton Friedman once said, if government was put in charge of the Sahara, it would run out of sand in 5 years. I think he got that wrong. He got it wrong. He underestimated because it would only take a year for them to be run out of sand. Okay? Nobody, no business would do this. They wouldn't spend $2 billion on a track. By the way, the Trinity Metro, according to the community impact, they are seeing an increase in their ridership already. They have, according to this chart here, the ridership on TextRail has tripled since the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay? And the train runs from Fort Worth to the DFW. And they are seeing 877,296 riders. Now, I think that's a year. That was in 2025. They are already seeing that.
Okay.
They have increased their trips from every hour to every half hour because the demand is so great. But we're hoping for 2,000 riders. That's what the goal is. I really want to know, why was this line necessary? Because these numbers tell me that the line was not necessary.
Well, this is DART, right?
So this is DART, the silver line here.
Right.
The one that's actually doing well is the Trinity Metro in
Right.
Tarrant County.
So we're potentially, maybe not, it depends on the voters, we're voting on it, on whether or not to keep DART. I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure where I was going with that. Okay. Puppy has a lot to say today.
Yes. Apparently he doesn't know where you were going with that either.
Well, I guess where I was going with that is you're raging about it, but potentially we're not even going to have DART. Potentially.
The money is gone.
Well, we're going to get that money back anyway.
I am upset at the fact that when this plan was hatched, did anybody say, well, you want to spend $2 billion, how long is it going to take for that money to come back to us? If somebody had told me 800 years, I would have went, are you out of your minds?
We weren't going to get that money back anyway.
We don't need this.
Money was gone one way or another. Just saying.
I don't even. This is crazy. This entity wastes more money and on stuff we don't need this. We are a city of 300,000 people.
Well, they're kind of just proving Plato's point of you're losing our money.
Yeah, because we pay our sales tax. Part of our sales tax, well, actually, our sales tax went to that.
They're not pleading their case to be kept very well.
This is a money pit. Because remember, they have to spend money every year to keep the rail up, to keep the train up, to pay the conductors, to pay the staff, to pay the secure, all that goes into actually running the trains.
Like I said, they're not pleading their case very well.
No, they're not. I mean, clearly, community impact doesn't look like they're too much on their side here. I mean, because anyone who read this and went like I did, gee, I wonder how much that's going to cost us, and I wonder how many years it's going to take to get that money back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, gee, I wonder how that's going to affect my vote.
Well, it's not boding well for my vote. I think first of all, their first problem is $2 billion. I mean, why didn't you, whatever Trinity Metro did should have been replicated here. I mean, 1 mile difference and you're spending $2 billion versus 30, what was it? What did I say? 36 million? 39 million. And theirs is longer. Ours is shorter. Theirs is 27 miles. Ours is 26. How did we do this?
Well, when it's not your money, you bleed it out.
Other people's money, yep. It's absolutely insane. Insane. The problem that the city is going to have, or Plano, is they need to come up with an alternative system for people who do use it that's not going to bleed us dry and that will work for the people who use it. But if they don't have something running smoothly before the vote, I mean, we're going to be staying in dark. People are not going to leave dark. All right, on to the next subject. Signs are up for City Council special election place 7. One candidate sign is up already. I will say, they at least waited for the seat to be cold a little bit. The candidate, she did not do what Steve Lavon did. Then, very next day, after Shelby announced he was resigning, that sign went up there. Steve's sign went up there. She had at least the decency to wait a couple of, weeks. Or at least.
No, he was waiting with that sign. He was like, come on, resign. I'm waiting right here. Yes! Plants it. He was ready.
He was ready. No. She had the decency to wait a nice amount of time before she put her sign up. We'll see who else runs. And when the filing period closes, we'll let you know who the candidates are. Filing period closes in December. So now I have something.
It's only 1 week.
Yeah. Now I have something for the absurd. A little comedy, because I could not contain my laughter. So we had the very critical and crucial flagpole versus tree debate at Planning and Zoning.
Wait, what?
Yes. Flagpole versus tree debate.
the greatest debate in recent history.
Okay.
Only topped by the famous historical debate of the turkey versus the eagle.
Yes. For the
national bird.
national bird. Okay. So what am I talking about? So I am talking about zoning case 2025-016. And this is a specific use permit number 56 for a commercial antenna on Democracy Drive and Partnership Road. So, this is basically a cell phone tower. Okay?
Wait, I thought you said it was a flagpole.
It is a flagpole, or it is a cell phone tower disguised as a flagpole, or a cell phone tower disguised as a tree.
Wait, this isn't a real tree?
No.
I thought we were fighting over like whether or not to cut down a tree or something.
No. Now that would make more sense than this did.
It would.
No.
Like I was thinking, I was joking about the absurdity. Like I thought there was actually something to this.
No, there was not. You know,
Like this is like a very old, important tree or something.
No. No, this is not. No. Okay.
Okay.
So, cell phone towers or cell phone antennas. All right. We need them. And there are two types that you can have so that they don't look like cell phone antennas. There is the flagpole design, which is basically a very tall looking flagpole. But in reality, it's an antenna.
Okay.
And it can have a flag waving on it, or it can be left empty. Or, alternatively, you could have one that is disguised as a tree. And the tree is better if you want more or better range. It gives you a more broader range.
Wait, the design affects the range?
Oh, yeah. Yes, because the limbs of the fake tree act like antennas. Are antennas. They're just disguised as tree branches with little fake leaves on them and everything. All right?
Okay.
And they've gotten apparently very good at disguising these things and making them look like real trees.
Then go for the tree. What's the problem?
That's what I said. It looks, in the picture that the guy showed, it looked like a tree. So, here's the issue. The staff recommended denial for the tree. So, a little backstory.
Denial?
Here. Yes, denial. In other words, they don't want the tree, they want the flagpole. So, a little backstory. Okay, applicant came to planning and zoning about a year ago, May 13th, 2024, for a flagpole design antenna. Okay? However, the property owner hates the design. The property owner doesn't want the flagpole antenna. He wants a tree antenna design. Okay? Now, I don't know if the property owner is okay with the tree. I say go with the freaking tree. So, some of the questions that some of the board members had where Commissioner Ollie, he said the tree design, would the staff be okay with the tree design if it was a tree that was native to Texas? And the staff said possibly, because it would be more stealthy. Honestly, unless you know trees, honestly, I don't know what trees are native to Texas. Do you?
No.
I don't know either. So then Commissioner Tong asked, well, what kind of tree would you like? Okay. The staff answered, an elm would work.
Okay.
It's just one tiny problem. That kind of design won't work for the antenna. See, apparently, I now know more about native Texas trees. Apparently, native Texas trees are short and fan out like more bush-like, like your crepe myrtles. Okay. They need a little tall, they need tall and kind of rounded or rectangular shaped. Okay.
You know, that description of native Texan trees actually makes a lot of sense because they probably do better with less rain.
Yes. Like the great pine is probably not going to grow very well here. So, as I said, they showed the picture of the flagpole versus the tree. I thought the tree looked fine. The flagpole was flagless, so I was like, well, to me, the flagpole sticks out more than the tree.
Well, they gotta put on a flag.
Yeah. I mean, even with a flag, the flagpole is still going to stick out. You'll notice people will notice a flagpole with a flag on it more than they'll notice a tree. At least I will. So, again, the reason that the applicant wants the tree is because it covers a broader and more range than the flagpole design. Also, the taller you get with the flagpole, the more you lose the, the juice, because what's powering it is at the base, and the higher you get, the less juice there is.
Do you mean power?
Yeah, power. Juice. No. Anyway. So, also, another important thing here to consider, the Legacy Association, where this antenna is going to be, they approved the tree design. They were fine with the tree design. I was like, at this point, approve the... First of all, why are we here? Why are we here at Planning and Zoning discussing flagpole versus tree design?
It's not that deep.
This person had to get a filing fee, had to pay a filing fee for this. And, because this is a zoning case. You need to hand in over money for this. So I was actually in the room. I decided to go down there and I wanted to view I wanted to view Lavon Farms case in person. And I stuck around and I had to contain my laughter over the discussion on the flagpole versus tree debate. Because if I were home, I would have burst out laughing. I was trying to squelch a belly laugh here.
And your laughs are loud.
They can be loud, yes. Anyway, so the results of this zoning case were as follows. So Ratcliffe, he said he's not crazy about the tree design, but he doesn't like that there would be a lot more flagpoles than we would really want either. So he's like, either we get a non-native looking tree or we get 2 or 3 flagpoles. So I forget who made the motion, but there is a motion to deny. Well, the motion to deny failed in a tie, 4-4. So, of course, the audience laughed that. So then they go back and they talk some more about this flagpole versus tree. Great debate. And somebody then says, okay, motion to approve. That failed. 4-4.
They're split.
So nothing changed pretty much. So looks like the great flagpole versus tree debate will be headed to council at some point. I don't know when. And frankly, I don't care, right? This is ridiculous. And in my mind, this is a waste of money. If it is a decent looking tree, the decent looking tree, the antenna looks like a tree, even a tree that is not native to Texas, because I don't know how many tree watchers we have out there that will know, that looks like a willow, and willows are not native to Texas.
Also, where is this? Is it like on the side of the road? You're going to be driving past it anyway.
No, it's in a business district.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Which, yeah, I don't know how many complaints you're going to have from the business district people going, that is not a crepe myrtle.
Also, who cares? Who cares if it doesn't belong? It serves a function.
And apparently it serves a better function than the flagpole design does because you get more coverage, which I think people would appreciate. Like if you put a sign up that said, this is here so you can get cell service, the people will go, all right, fine, yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Like, okay, so let's say it sticks out like a sore thumb or whatever. You have people stop, look at it, question it for a second, and then move on. No one's going to make a big stink about it. Nobody cares.
I can honestly say people care more about the ugly apartments we have that look closer to army barracks that we can do nothing about than this.
And then a cell phone.
Then a cell phone antenna that looks like a tree.
Or flagpole.
Or a flagpole, yes. So the debate continues, and the poor person who just wants his antenna has to go to city council and waste more time and money. The applicant, by the way, he brought in an expert. He brought in an expert to answer questions on the difference between tree and flagpole design. And he said that they've become a lot better at blending in and looking like trees than they have in the past, that sometimes when he's driving to an antenna, he misses the antenna. He's going, now where is it? I can't find it. So I think that it would look funnier if you had multiple flag poles. I mean, let's face it, this is not Six Flags. You don't want to start looking like Six Flags. Great adventure with 6 or 7 flag poles. You know, we're going to run out of flags to fly. How many American flags do you want to see? No? Maybe that's why they have so many flag poles over at UT Dallas. There is a row of flagpole. I thought it was because it was an international school. This says international schools, and there was a row of flagpoles with all different countries' flags. And I just thought, okay, that's nice. The international school hung a bit. Now I'm thinking, maybe those are actually antennas for the school. Wi-Fi antennas for the school. So they stuck flags on them because they were like, well, it's an international school, we'll just stick a bunch of flags on. Yeah, I don't really think we want a whole bunch of flags. And you could have 3. You could have Texas, United States, and Plano. You can max out at 3. Eventually you're going to need something else. Government at its finest, folks. Government at its finest.
We love to sweat the small stuff.
Yes. Meanwhile, we have apartments that look like barracks, apartments that look like Christmas time with all the different colors. Have you seen that one over on Preston and Plano Parkway? I think the architect, he couldn't make up his mind which color he wanted, so he just decided, let's throw all the colors on there. It looks good. No. But the fake tree, the antenna that looks like the tree, deserved a half-hour debate. Look at that. Okay. So that was the comedy portion of today. Now, I have some great news. Zeusy was adopted! Yay! And we have a new very important dog. Since Zeus was a boy, our next important dog is a girl.
Oh boy. You want to read it with me? Stella. Her name is Stella, and she's a friendly dog who's about 3 years of age. She is house trained and so very sweet. Stella's good with children and quite active, so maybe best around older children. She's also good with other dogs. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm. If you would like more information about Stella, please go to our website, planospoliticalpitbull.com, and click on the link Pitbulls for Adoption. That is a wrap for us today, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe. Would our guest like to sign off? No? Oh, now you're quiet.
Now you're quiet.
You're quiet.
Give us a nice pitbull bark.
No? Okay.
He's shy.
Now he's quiet.
He's mic shy.
Mm-hmm.
Microphone shy.
Well, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Esther.
And this is Ruth.
For Plano's Political Pitbull, signing off.